let's give a warm round of applause to Dr. Singh Convenor Nri from Canada. The award goes to Miss Reena Agarwal from United Kingdom. The award goes to Dr. Supriya Sharma from Canada. The award, which is a Yuva Ratna award, goes to Dr. Seema Chaudhary. We'd like to thank Dr. Karan Singh for presenting today's awards. Let's give him a warm round of applause. We're sorry to see Dr. Karan Singh go, but kindly be seated, ladies and gentlemen. Media personality, a well-known columnist, author and a commentator. He's an honourable member of Parliament, a senior-most national spokesperson of the Congress Party, Supreme Court advocate, and former Additional Solicitor General of India. Ladies and gentlemen, may I request you to kindly give up a warm round of applause as I invite Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, the Honourable Member of Parliament, to kindly address our distinguished audience, please.
In absentia, Vishwanarayan Singh Sahab, Mr. Gurinder Singh, Mr. G.V.G. Krishnamurthy, Justice Vajithia, Mr. Batra, Mr. Nyamvasa, Mr. Sitaraman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen from the Indian diaspora. The invitation card describes me after my name, saying will preside, led to the entire diaspora movement and then led to all the changes we have seen in the Indian government's perception of the diaspora. In that sense, you all symbolize Nehru's apt statement that wherever there is an Indian, in whichever part of the world there is an Indian, a part and frequently a large part of India goes with him, is what Nehru said many decades ago. These are milestones not only to remember for contemporary India, but to celebrate the enterprise, the innate initiative, the sense of adventure with which Indians, in that sense, have conquered the world as wanderers, as adventurers, as businessmen. Legal aid generally, because some of these warring litigants, and not everybody in the diaspora is so well off or so rich as people dream about, a lot of the litigants do not have support systems of legal aid. They do not have support systems of the host. In the ultimate analysis, I think the entire diaspora movement is much more about EQ than about IQ. It's much more about emotion than mere business. It's much more about cultural integration than mere transport or business relationships. It is, of course, business cannot be ignored. It is vital. But once you get the emotional link right, I think the rest should follow. As far as business is concerned, it is quite remarkable that approximately prosperity, the growth, the security and the strength of the diaspora movement. Because for a country as large as India to earn as much as about 2/3 with a population drop of less than 2% is a remarkable achievement. But if you look at some other statistics, as far as the proportion of NRIs or even the diaspora people who send back their earnings to India is concerned, in the Chinese case it is over 60% of the total FDI of the amongst the ladies and women have really made India proud. I think it's also very important and this is a point already made by Dr. Karan Singh, to harness the diaspora for, if I may use a crude phrase, but which expresses the view, for purely selfish Indian national goals. A selfish national goal is not bad. Personally, when I was involved in the 123 nuclear agreement, both in Parliament and in Track 2 diplomacy abroad, I was struck, and I was particularly in the US, at some very good stage.
Thank you very much indeed, the Honourable Member of Parliament, Mr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, who has been presiding over the inaugural session. Thank you very much, sir, for a most wonderful presidential address. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the privilege in introducing you to a very wonderful orator on the top table and the former Election Commissioner of India, Dr. G.V.G. Krishnamurthy. I think under him the most number of elections have been fought, and I think he's seen the maximum number of prime ministers during his time that our country has had. And his name has also been published in the latest version of the Who's Who of the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Dr. G.V.G. Krishnamurthy.
Respected Dr. Convenor Nri, who was Governor of 7 states in this country and a former Cabinet Minister 30 years back, and has been in the service of this nation for many, many decades. Justice Madhidya, who has been a judge and leading the movement regarding journalists and their interests. Dr. Satish Batra, who lived in Germany for a number of years and has been a prominent, not only in Nri, but a man representing India's culture in that country. Shall I talk to you in German? Wie geht es Ihnen? Guten Abend. Dankeschön. Mr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, senior lawyer at the Supreme Court and spokesman of the Congress Party. Mr. Gurinder Singh, who is like my nephew, who is the chairman of this organization. And His Excellency and generals, ladies and gentlemen, garland of culture, garland of cause. We are grateful to this country that many of us have studied here, who grew here, and we are able to discharge several responsibilities all over the world in different capacities. Why? All those who live in this country live by the oxygen of India. Bharata Pranavayu, that oxygen is of India. Similarly, 70% of the human body is water. I tribute to the NRIs that everyone looking back, they want to come to India, go to the temples, go to the gurudwaras, go to the churches, and go to the villages, and ensure that this great country will develop further. Similarly, this country has produced 6 business missionaries. We have Rakesh Sharma, who supported that. We have Tanzania of University. She computed the best brains. All of them became an astronaut and died for science and technology. And similarly, she also died. Now,